everyone, and welcome to a Gen Period Cosplays45 video, where today I will be reflecting on my cosplay content from 2025 and reviewing some goals and hopes for 2026. It will all be cosplay related. So starting out with cosplays from 2025, I definitely did a bunch from A Court of Thorn and Roses. So I started with the cereal, of course. I had Morgana, aka Moore. I did Amryn, as well as Nesta. I also did Feyre in the snow earlier this year. We got a little bit of snow. I was like, gotta go outside to see Feyre. Gotta get those photos in. That was a lot of fun. And cold. Always cold. But that was fun to do. I will do Elaine at some point. I'm just trying to find the right blush color dress, is what she always seems to be wearing, without it like contrasting against this pale skin of mine, so we'll see how that goes. Will it be next year? Maybe. If I find it, sure. If not, keep looking. Then I did a dream cosplay that I've been wanting to do for a while, and that was Belle from Beauty and the Beast, which was really fun to do. It was the blue dress with the apron. I absolutely love her. She's always been one of my favorites because, of course, she likes books and all this stuff, and I love the songs and the stories. And yes, it gives a Court of Thorn and Roses vibe, so I was like, I have to do it. Of course, I did do Belle holding a Court of Thorn and Roses. I had to. Then my most recent one was Pom Pom Purin because he's my favorite Sanrio character, so I had to do him. I was like, oh, he's so cute. It was pretty easy to do. I realized I didn't really record a whole lot of videos at the start of the year or during because I'm a busy working gal. You can go check out GenMouse45 video. I have a couple little updates here and there about all that. You know, I didn't do a whole lot of cosplaying, as I did at the start. I'm coming up on 6 years here. Which is crazy to think about, crazy to say out loud, but pretty awesome at the same time. So, but yes, I'm hoping next year do hopefully a couple cosplays here and there. I feel like the more I get into it, the more like intricate, very few I do, instead of just doing like a bunch all at once. Like 20 to 30 cosplays, like new cosplays in a year. It's just like I'm just gonna stick on like 2 or 3 and then work on those really hard. So that's what I've been learning over the past couple years. And then of course, there was times where I was too sick or too busy to get into new cosplays, so there was that as well. It's always, cosplay is a hobby, it's not my job. I think I say that in every single video, but it's just something fun I do, like, Elfnora, just something cute. I know this is Joey from the movie Elves costume and everything that she wears for her work, but it's like, it has Nora vibes. It's pink and it's got a hat and all this stuff, so one day I will wear her to Ocean City Comic Con, which I'll get to here in a minute. But, I did post like a cosplay tutorial on how to make my headphones, because I realized during that video how many music related characters I cosplay as and how many headphones I have, so I thought that was something fun and different to do. It was just a little tie-in video in between the months to say like, hey, like, here's how you make your own headphones, like pretty cheap and easy and quick, so hopefully you all enjoyed that. That was fun to put together. Actually, we're talking about conventions first. Okay, I wrote this list a while ago, so I didn't remember what was what, but we'll talk about conventions now. So far I have done 10 conventions, well 11 in total with Harrisburg, but when I was at Hershey Park Comic Con, I was like, I wonder how many conventions I've actually been to. So I sat and counted all of my vlogs, and I was like, oh, Hershey Park Comic Con's my 10th convention that I went to, so that was pretty special. I didn't realize it until the night in between and all this stuff, but yeah, in between like Saturday and Sunday, I was like, oh, I gotta record myself saying that in the video and all that. So yeah, that was fun to do. And then of course 11 was Harrisburg, which was my last one for the year. So similar to how 2024 was, it was like Harrisburg was my last one. Same with this year. I had plans to go to different conventions. I had a bunch on a list. I was either too busy or sick. I was sick during the last one and I didn't get to go, which was a bit of a bummer. So, but I'm always like, next year. Take your vitamin. I also got to meet new people at conventions, made some new friends as well. I got to go to new areas, take pictures, and I also got to cosplay as an original character for one of the conventions for the very first time. I also met a very cool voice actor. He's the voice of the pirate from The Dragon Prince. He was pretty cool to talk to. He was very excited to meet me and my little big plushie that I had. And then, of course, I had another appearance on the CosPod podcast, which was such a joy and a treat to get to be a part of. So, and I get to open my time capsule here soon, which is very exciting because I don't remember what I put in it. I saw it the other day. I was like, oh, I remember that. And I almost opened it and I was like, wait, I think it's January I'm supposed to open this. So, like, that's great because I remember why I put it there. So, but that was fun. I was so excited when they were like, hey, you want to come join us? And I was like, yes, I want to come join. So, it's been amazing just getting to meet new people, spend time with people, get to know them and their cosplays, and it's just fun getting to be part of the crowd. So, yeah, new friends, new adventures. See, so I did not do Team Juniper or the original characters' birthdays for Team Jalapeno. I either was sick or didn't have time to film. That's been the theme. It's either I'm sick, I'm just like, oh, I look too tired and sickly to be on camera and all this stuff, and then you got editing and all this other jazz you have to do, and then there's like no time. I'm only gonna be reserved for filming on weekends instead of like in the morning. So I used to film in the morning and then go to work in the evening. It's not gonna be like that anymore, so I only have Friday, Saturday, and Sundays to film. So I will be working more. I got a full-time job, so videos maybe few and far in between. But at least I still have shorts. Sometimes my shorts do get a bit more attention and popular, so, if there's ever, like, a pretty long gap, I can share, like, a short or two, maybe with, like, a quick update, or, find cosplay transition, find a little cosplay video that maybe was popular on TikTok. Maybe it'll get popular on YouTube Shorts. I don't know how this algorithm thing works, but we'll see. Like, something like that. And I think I said that in my cosplay45 video too. I'm like, if I can't really share a video, at least I can share a short. So that's the game plan. Is it solid? Don't know. It's new waters, new territory. So we shall see. And then going into Cosplay Tea Time, aka a podcast that I founded and host. It's been going on for 4 years now, so we did take a hiatus at the beginning of the year, and then recording started back in fall 2025 for season 7. One of them, Springy was a host of because I was sick that weekend. And I was so grateful when he helped out, so I was like, I don't want to keep canceling or moving things and all this stuff. And he's like, Jen, I will do it. So that is out there. You can go check that out after this video, of course. So even though we only did a couple, there was one I had to drop because like nobody was interested in it. I was a little bit sad. I kind of want to talk about this topic, but nobody else does, and that's fine. Another day. So, but yeah, we only did a couple. There was a couple I had to move. I think another one I had to cancel, which we're going to move to next year. You might see that video repeat. Maybe. But yeah. But I figured, if I only have like a couple videos, because it used to be like 13, 15 videos, and it'd be so tiring, so exhausting. And then, people get busy, people have lives, which is fine. So then it was like trying to rearrange, trying to cancel. So it's like, okay, if we just do a select few, focus on those, make those videos good for each podcast and stuff, then everything else will be fine. So that's been my goal with all of that. So, but I think the most important thing is finding fun topics and themes to talk about that folks do want to come and talk about. So there's been a couple of those in season 7 that I've enjoyed discussing with folks. But my hopes for Cosplay Tea Time is to make 100 subscribers still. We got this. Have new folks join in on the podcast. A few more panels. So I'm going to be talking to the panelist here soon, see if there's anyone who wants to do panels. Have to meet that requirement though. We'll see. So yeah, doing panels. And then of course more fun recording. So like I said before, I already have a couple ideas here and there. Some things that got moved to 2026, so I'm excited. Go check out Cosplay Tea Time, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, I got them. Next year, I'm hoping to do more, especially conventions. So if there's a convention you want Cosplay Tea Time to attend and do a panel, or just come out and hang out and chat and stuff, do let me know in a DM or in the comments below. I just want to say to thank you for folks who are listening to the podcast recordings, whether it's YouTube or Spotify. Thank you to those who attend the podcast recordings. Nobody wants to come out here and sit and listen to me talk, so it means a lot that people want to come talk about these topics, provide fun and entertaining questions. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you want to join, quick spiel, must be 18 years or older to join. Message us on Cosplay Tea Time. I'll have everything down below. Linktree and all that stuff. You can also message me, if you want to, jen.cosplays45 on Instagram and just say, hey, I want to join. Get you in the Discord server, we'll get you squared away so you too can join fun podcast recordings, or if you just want to vibe in an awesome, wholesome server where we just talk about cats and memes and anime shows, non-anime shows, and all that kind of stuff. Cosplay, of course, then definitely check it out. It's a fun little community of cosplayers, so I can't do this without them. It means a lot that they still want to hang out and talk to me. Oh, means a lot. So that's Cosplay Tea Time. So before I get into the fun stuff for 2026, I do want to talk about a topic that I actually shared the other day on Instagram. Yeah, I shared it the other day on Instagram. Because I was debating about posting it, and then the post got lost because of the Instagram update, and I was like, I gotta retype everything. So hopefully it came out all right. I got one person who responded to me and said that what I'm doing is good, so hopefully. But what I wanted to talk about was closet cosplaying. So, as you all know, I'm a closet cosplayer. I can also talk, I promise. I started this whole journey of adventures, just finding things in my closet, piecing them together, trying to think of characters, and all this good stuff. So that's how I started. And I continue to do that. Time in the fall-ish, I got a comment the other day saying that one of my cosplays was low effort. That stung a bit, I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt. Because I thought I looked nice as the character, and while not completely canon, I enjoyed being the character and dressing up as the character. To me, as someone who started as a closet cosplayer about 6 years ago, closet cosplaying is a great way to start, especially if someone does not have the skills or funds to create a homemade cosplay. In fact, for me, closet cosplay does take a bit of work to create an entire outfit from scratch, to take pieces from either other cosplays, from the closet, people wear everyday clothes from accessories from other cosplays, or again, everyday wear, and then make it resemble a character from a series. Takes time, work, and effort to create, so that way people do not get confused, even though that will happen from time to time and people get the character wrong. Trust me on that one, they will. And it's like, no, not quite. I mean, I see the vision, but no, it's actually this character, and then like, oh, I see it now. So yeah, have some patience too, and really, really express who you're being. That's why I always put at the top, I'll put like Elf Nora, maybe I'll put like little pink hearts or candy canes. Are there candy cane emojis? Oh, snowflakes, little snowflakes and stuff. That's why I put that there, so it's not as confusing. And that you get to feel like the character and feel pretty or nice, feel empowered. That's what cosplaying is all about. So yes, closet cosplaying is important. It should be validated more, in my opinion. People go out there and they create things from scratch. They'll make their own fabrics and their own props and accessories and all that stuff. That's awesome and great for you all. You all get your own separate cosplay contest stuff for all of that, because that deserves to be recognized and rewarded. That takes a lot of time, effort, energy, and work. So closet cosplaying also too, in its own way, in its own separate way, also takes energy and time and effort too, to figure out how to piece things together. What do I take from my closet? Do I need to buy something? Could I make something? I've made things before. I've sewn pieces of fabric before to make a character. So it should be celebrated more because of the time and brain power it takes to think of which pieces can I take and make into a new character. So there is a lot of time and energy spent on closet cosplay. I don't believe it's a low effort thing. I think it does take quite a bit of that brain power and energy to do. And I think in its own way it is rewarding, because even if you're not 100% mechanically the character, you don't have the right wig, you're using your natural hair, maybe you don't have like different pieces, like Zarina, I didn't have wings for the longest time, and then eventually I managed to get wings because I needed them for Musa. you know, over time, you know, you'll get what you need, but enjoy it in the moment now. That's all I have to say. It's closet cosplaying. It is important. It should be validated more. It should be recognized more. So, that's all I have to say. With all that said, whether you agree or disagree, I don't care. Yes, there's homemade cosplays, yes, there's bot cosplays, but closet cosplaying is a great way to start. I'll say this and I'll wrap up. It's a great way to start, you know, if you're looking into starting cosplaying, maybe you don't have a big budget, maybe you don't have sewing skills or, you know, 3D printer or anything like that. Like, it's a great way to just start with the basics, start slow. And let me tell you something, looking back at pictures, because I've been closet cosplaying for almost 6 years, looking back at those baby photos and seeing, like, you know, Zarina just was a skirt and a corset and a top, and now she has wings and a headband and shoes and all this. You get to see the progress slowly build up, and I think in that way it's rewarding. Therefore, validate the closet cosplayers. We're working hard too. We only have enough brain power. Anyway, all that to say that now we can move on to. I'll get off my soapbox. That was it for now. You're allowed to have your own opinions. It's fine. But I will say, as a closet cosplayer, it's fine. And whenever I see closet cosplayers, I'm like, good job, sweetheart. You're doing great, sweetie. That's me. So, with that, we're going to get into Jen.cosplays45 cos plans for 2026. I covered this a little bit in the Cosplay Tea Time Holidays episode, but there's a couple I want to go a bit further into. So the first one is My Melody from Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It's pretty much the only new game I played this year, and I played the update for Hello Kitty. No, Little Kitty Big City. Yeah, My Melody. I'm actually going to be making the dress from scratch. I'm not buying it, not anything. I have fabric. I have bought fabric from a local fabric store, and I'm going to be sewing a dress for the very first time. Very simple dress. It's a very simple outfit. But sewing the dress, making the headband, because she has her little ears. Actually, I have her here with me. Look at that. Oh, so cute. Yeah, I'm going to be making her headband, as well as like her accessories, like the flower, the apron, something else. Because I'm hoping next year to enter it into the 4-state Comic-Con Hagerstown Mastercraft cosplay competition. I will be a baby. I will not be master at all, but I just want to do it just for funsies, just to see. And a lot of that has to be handmade, so yeah, I've been consulting with Mars from Cosplay Tea Time. Thank you, Mars. Just like, what do I need to make? How can I create this? Like, kind of brainstorming ideas and all this stuff. So I just need the motivation and the oomph, which I'm gonna do. If I haven't already, so I have some time off work over the holidays to kind of just sit and plan and do things. Plus, also I'm getting all my cosplays done for today, so that way I don't have to be like, should I cosplay or should I sew? It's like, you don't have anything to cosplay, therefore you sew. Ha ha ha. Took that option away from you. So, but yes, making the dress from scratch. Here we go. That'll probably be a video this year. Just making that. Peace. So y'all have that to look forward to. Same. Alright, let's see. So My Melody from Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Second one is, I will get this done this year. The Nora Ice Queendom coat. I will get this done. I don't care if I have to lock myself in the room for an hour just to sew because everything's pinned. I just need to sew. And then the accessories are pretty easy. Earmuffs, all that. I have the leggings. I've had the leggings for years and all that. But I need to sew these blue pieces on. So I really want to get it done. And then I also too want to do Rayla from later seasons. Would be cool to do, mostly because I got Stella the little plushie. That one's probably going to be a bot cosplay. But with everything going on in the world right now, the tariffs, I'm kind of like, where's this coming from? I don't know how expensive it's going to be, so I'm kind of still searching on the drawing board for Rayla as well. Also too, so those are really the 3 main cos plans. I know I said Elaine, possibly anything else that comes up, maybe. But those are really the main 3 that I really want to do for 2026. I'm also hopefully going to attend a new convention, hope to meet new folks as well, talk about cosplays and animes and art and writing, all the good stuff. So I'm very, very excited. And then I do have, oh wait, yeah, I do have one cooking video, like the cooking and character videos that I do have one planned. I'm just praying the sound does not get messed up again. If you saw the Poppy video, you know what I'm talking about. But at least I have a plan in case that does happen next time, because I was like, do I just scrap the whole thing? And it's like Springy was like, Jen, there's these things called voiceovers. And I was like, oh, voiceovers, okay. So that's what I ended up doing. So yeah, so I do have a couple of things in mind. I already bought my 4-state Comic-Con Hagerstown ticket. That really puts the pressure on to finish this, at least start this cosplay. And then, cooking and character I have planned, my Melody, Annapolis Comic Con is going to be the weekend before 4-state Comic Con Harrisburg, so I gotta figure out how to publish those videos. To be determined. I already have a little bit of a lineup, I guess, at least for the start of the year. Towards the end/middle is whenever I start to lose ideas, so if there's anything you all want to see, maybe let me know. No new and fancy cosplays. If you happen to know like a character I already do and you want to see something like a cooking video or maybe like a Q&A video as a character or something, I could do that too. So that'd be fun to do. What do you think, Bot? Bot's like, yes. Bot says, go watch The Common Writer, episode 1. You'll hear a familiar voice. Yes, so. But yeah, that was pretty much it for review and hopes for 2026 and just kind of reviewing 2025. I know it wasn't a lot, but there was a lot in those moments that I had. So I'm just hoping next year I can do a bit more and I'll be working full time, make the LC, get the money and stuff, and then I can maybe get some stuff to make new cosplays, buy new cosplays, make new cosplays, go to conventions. Maybe 2026 will be a little bit of a better year. So, at least for that. So, alrighty, and with that, that's all I had on my end, but I do want to know, what are your celebrations and accomplishments from 2025 over the past year with cosplaying, maybe writing, voice acting, things of that nature, something creative-wise. And what are your goals for 2026? You don't have to share cosplays. I know people get a little bit, I don't want to share quite yet until later on. That's fine. But do you have an overall goal of what you hope to achieve? Maybe it's to learn a new cosplay skill or attend a new convention or something. Maybe it's to meet up with a cosplay friend. That's always been on my bucket list. I don't think that's ever going to leave until it actually happens. And then the minute that it happens, I'm going to be like, we need to meet up again. So, yeah, maybe it's that too. So, that was pretty much it. I just want to say thank you all for supporting me. This little adventure, I really appreciate it. So, hopefully you're having a good and safe holiday season. I hope 2026 is very kind to you. And I'll see you in another video. Until then, I hope everyone's taking care and staying safe. Bye, everyone.